Light in the darkness. On a cold night in the early 20th century, a young Albert Einstein sat in his small room in Bern, Switzerland. The only light in the room came from a flickering lamp on his wooden desk. Scattered around him were papers filled with equations and calculations, but his mind was elsewhere, far beyond the walls of his tiny apartment. He closed his eyes and began a journey, one that had lived in his imagination since childhood. What would I see if I could ride on a beam of light? This question had haunted him ever since he was an 11-year-old boy holding a small compass for the first time. He had been mesmerized by how the needle pointed north without any visible force touching it. That day, he realized that unseen but real forces governed the world. Years had passed since then. Einstein was no longer a child, but the same curiosity still burned inside him. He imagined himself traveling alongside a beam of light. But something strange happened. If he moved at the speed of light, would the light beside him stop? That was impossible. There had to be a deeper truth hidden beneath the surface. Then, suddenly, an idea struck him. What if time itself was like a flowing river, one that could move at different speeds for different people? If light always remained constant, could time itself change to preserve the laws of physics? In that moment, Einstein realized he had discovered something that physicists had overlooked for centuries. A short time later, in 1905, he wrote a paper that would change the world. Special relativity. He proved that time and space were not absolute, but depended on speed and the observer. It was a concept so revolutionary that even the greatest scientists of the time struggled to believe it. But the truth could not be denied. Years later, standing among scientists and flashing cameras, a reporter asked him, "How did you make such a discovery?" Einstein smiled and simply said, "I just asked myself, if I chase a beam of light, what would I see?" He always believed in one thing. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, but imagination embraces the entire universe.